cookie recipe calls for 2 eggs. We've got enough flour and sugar and chocolate chips and everything else. We only have 1 egg in the house. 3 cups of flour can fully react 2 eggs. However, we only have 1 egg. Therefore, A, we will run out of it. B, we will have eggs left over. A. That's what this is saying. And that's why we do this piece kind of slowly, because this is exactly where people run into problems. They go, oh, okay, 600 grams, cool, we've got leftover. No, we don't. We do not. That's why we write the sentence. So, which one is our limiting reagent? Calcium phosphate. So at this point, I'm going to make a note here. Ca3PO4 2 times. Calcium phosphate is our limiting. Now, that just answered the second question. What it didn't answer is the third. So if calcium phosphate is the limiting, then what's the excess? Yeah, the ammonium sulfide must be the excess. How do we figure out how much ammonium sulfide we're going to have left over? We do a whole other factor label. When you have your FIP quiz on these, it'll be 2 questions, which will involve 4 factor labels.
Got it.
So,
You think it's 2 hours?
no, it's only 2 hours. Okay, so now that we've established which one is limiting, let's figure out what our excess is and how much of it we have left. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another factor label, and we're going to start off. So we started off our first one with this. Now we're going to start with our limiting. So 400.0 grams of calcium phosphate. Units in chemical. Mr. Railing. Units in chemical. Grams of calcium phosphate. Units in chemical. Ms. McPeak. Moles of calcium phosphate. And this is just us getting over into moles. Okay, now we're ready for our mole ratio. Units in chemical, Ms. McElvain. Moles of calcium phosphate. Units in chemical, Mr. Kane. Mole ratio. We're comparing our reactants.
Well, I know it's moles of something.
Okay, so you got the units. Well, if we're comparing our reactants,
Wait, what are we doing?
we're running a factor label now, comparing them in the opposite direction.
Oh, hold on a second.
Okay.
Moles of ammonium
Sulfide, yes.
Sulfide.
Good. Moles of
Yes.
ammonium sulfide.
I thought we were on a different problem.
No. These problems typically involve at least 2 factor labels.
Yeah, but I thought I zoned out for the second one.
No, you're fine. Okay, so moles and chemical down here, Ms. Jennings.
Moles of ammonium sulfide.
Yep. Moles, ammonium sulfide. Units in chemical here, Mr. Cooper. I seem to have skipped you. I'm skipping around, but I'm moving my way around.
Grams of ammonium sulfide.
Grams of ammonium sulfide. Okay. Oh, let's see. 1 and 1. Oh, I erased that. What was that? 310?
310.1.
310.18, and this was 68.17. You see the advantages to having those listed down the side? You don't have to figure them again and again and again.
Did you put
Yeah.
that in the wrong spot?
I did. Thank you. I'm just trying to keep you on your toes. Okay, we're getting our mole ratio out of the balanced chemical equation.
3.
So 3 to 1. Okay, give me a number.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
This is not my specialty.
I love the clicking and clacking of keys.
I think I got the right answer.
You can compare your answer to the one I put up there. Is that, are you getting the same thing?
Yeah.
Good. Now, let's write our other sentence.
It's the same one,
Same sentence,
but you mixed them.
but, well, we're doing the same thing. So, blank
Just different answer.
can fully react with blank. However, so again, this first one is whatever was in our first square. 400 grams calcium phosphate. And this is still our answer, 263.7 grams ammonia sulfide. However, we have blank. And it's the same chemical as your second line. But again, we're going back to your given. So how much ammonium sulfide were we given? 400 grams. However, we have 400 grams of ammonium sulfide. Therefore, A or B? A, we will run out of it, or B, we will have blank left over. Well, we know that this is our excess. Which is that going to be, A or B?
B.
It's going to be B. How do we figure out how much we've got left over? The amount we have versus the amount that we're able to react. These are not that hard. They're not difficult. You're all really good at getting the right answer from a factor label. It's just doing the right thing with those numbers, and we're going to practice these all day tomorrow. So, I will. Well, I'll tell you this before I stop the video. Tomorrow, when you walk in, we will have a practice sheet. We will spend time working in class on it together, and then I'll have some additional practice for you to take home. Tuesday, when you come back in, we will have a FIP quiz to brush up on non-limiting and excess problems. Your FIP quiz will also include some more basic stoichiometry. Okay, so comparing products and reactants, or reactants and reactants. Okay, sound reasonable?